Alright, so welcome back, and this is day 19 of my path to profitability. Today we're up 126 on the day, and we traded mostly halts today. We traded INDO and IMPP, with most of our profit being on INDO. Alright, so INDO was the stock I got chopped out on yesterday with its really big price action from its whips in a low price stock. So it went straight up, yet I lost money on it. And then today we get a bit of a smaller range, so it's more controlled, and I was able to capitalize on that. I see we start to get momentum here at the break of VWAP. So we start early in the day. It was choppy for the first 5 minutes, and then as we start breaking that VWAP, we dip down below VWAP, and then we get some movement through 660 to break that new high. I punch the buy button, and then I get filled, and then we're going into a halt at this point. I was in with 250 shares. I had my order window set at 500 shares, but I considered, since I got really chopped out on this one yesterday, I don't want to be in with 500 shares down 20-40 cents. So I pulled it back and said, let's just do 250 to test the water, half size. And it ended up working out really great. That was our biggest trade of the day at almost $100 on the net profit for INDO. And then from there we take our trade on IMPP, take a small trade here for a little over $8. Just a little pop to see if it breaks this level. And then from there we come back to INDO and we take a break-even trade here with 50 shares, just testing the water to see what happens at that break of the high a day. Right there. It ended up being break-even after commissions just because I did use such little share size. IMPP, we come back. We buy the dip right here at with 125 shares at 303 or 313. So it ends up being like about almost $400 in the trade. But so it's very little size trade. I was at this point just scalping micro wins just because I wanted to preserve that $100 that I already made on INTO. So from here it ends up zooming into a halt at 344. I don't take any profit going into the halt, and at resumption I see that we're going to be resuming at 340, which is below where we halted at, which means it's kind of a bearish halt. Thus, I over here in the order window, I go ahead and set a stop order right like this manually, because you can't execute any orders during a halt. So I wasn't able to just hit a hotkey and then see the hotkey contains invalid quantity. But if I had a position open, it would say like cannot sell, stock is in limit up, limit down halt. And so I wouldn't be able to put an order onto the market unless I put a stop order on. So I put a stop order at 340, and as you can see, a stop order, when it's placed directly through the limit window or that level 2 window, is actually a market over right over here. You can see that it's a market order that executed at 324. So at resumption, we resumed at 340. My stop order was at 340. It hits my stop order, and this is the reason why I don't use market orders, I get filled all the way down at 324. So I had a question earlier on one of my videos why I don't use market orders as often as I use limit orders. This is the reason why. If a stock is moving with great volatility, especially after a halt, or just up a big percentage on the day in general, you will get a lot of slippage on your orders, even if it's just a small share size, if you use a market order. So I put the order for 340, it takes it, and then it gives me the first available slot I can get in, which is, or get out, which is at 324. I was thankful for that regardless, just because I did scalp like I was in at 313, and while I wasn't up $50 on it being at 344, I did still take about 10, 11 cents on it. So I'm fine with that just being a scalp and not really a halt play or like a big halt play. Um, and that was my last trade on the day. I um, yeah, so that's primarily the reason why I don't use market orders. I was fine using a stop order here just because it did seem like a bearish halt, and I didn't want to be stuck in a halt going down after a halt going up. So that was my day today. We're up 126, and I'll see you guys after this wonderful weekend for day 20 of this challenge. Making progress. All right, see you guys.